As Tuesday brings some of our hottest temperatures of the season, we have a weather impact alert for fire weather concerns and red flag warnings.
And with the increased fire risk tomorrow, what you need to know to keep you and your family safe. Plus, tomorrow, Spokane Valley City Council member Al Merkel speaks out for the first time after a judge ruled he violated laws with his conduct on social media. More on that ahead on your Night Report. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the Night Report here on KREM 2 News. I'm Sydney Schofield. Let's get straight to meteorologist Cody Proctor joining us from our Outdoor Weather Center. We are under that weather impact alert. I know some people saw elevated fire danger across the region today, but so many more people are going to see that tomorrow. Cody.
That is exactly right, Sydney. And the reason why is because we have a red flag warning that will kick off again for us tomorrow. And this one will impact more people and cover more people. We just expired on one red flag warning right now. But again, those elevated fire risks continue into tomorrow thanks to still warm conditions. We're still dry and we're expecting breezy winds, potentially wind gusts up to about 35 miles per hour. As we take a look outside as we head into this evening, though, as we head into tonight, it's still warm for us. We're at 81 degrees right now at the Spokane Airport. Winds are coming out of the south at 7 miles per hour. The relative humidity as your temperatures cool increases a bit, but still just very dry outside right now. Around our region, you can see that Sandpoint is currently tracking into the low 60s. We are in the low 80s right now for Wenatchee, just right there in the mid 80s for Moses Lake. We have been watching that area of low pressure moving in with that cold front that's expected to bring us those breezy to gusty winds as we head into tomorrow, as that continues to track through the northwest from what we're seeing right now, hour by hour for tonight. Tomorrow morning, we should start things off in the mid 60s, so very mild start to the day. We'll continue to warm up into the mid 70s by the time we get into our 10 o'clock hour tomorrow. We are expecting a high about 84 degrees tomorrow. Yes, a little bit cooler than what we saw today, where we topped out at 90. But again, we've got those breezy to gusty winds. It has been dry, and that just builds up and continues to impact our fire weather danger. We'll have more coming up in your full forecast later.
Cody, thank you. Tomorrow, Spokane Valley City Council member Al Merkel is holding a press conference in response to a judge ruling he violated city and state laws by posting city business on his personal social media. KREM 2's Carter McAvoy tells us more tonight.
The judge's decision is sparking response from a city leader in Spokane Valley. The Spokane County Superior Court judge ruled City Council member Al Merkel violated City Council policy and state law by posting city business on his personal social media. The story starts in 2024 when Councilmember Merkel was the subject to an independent investigation accusing him of using his private Nextdoor account for city business. In February of 2025, council members voted unanimously to file a lawsuit against Merkel to compel compliance after saying he refused to respond to dozens of public records requests relating to his social media content on city business. The suit asked for a judgment determining Merkel's social media posts relating to city business are public record under the Public Records Request Act, a court order for Merkel to comply with the council's social media policy, and in order to provide the city with all of his social media content discussing city business during his time as a council member and preserve future social media content discussing city business. Now, Councilmember Merkel sent a notice that there will be a press conference on Wednesday at noon at Spokane Valley City Hall, where he says he'll be sharing his thoughts on the decision. We reached out to him once the decision was announced, and he released a statement saying, in part, this ruling raises significant concerns about government transparency and public access to elected officials, effectively justifying why most electeds do not answer messages from the public, a policy I strongly disagree with. The city also said they're pleased with the court's ruling and says it's consistent to findings staff presented in previous years. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Starting next week, Spokane's City Council will meet on Wednesdays instead of Mondays. In a statement, the council said moving the meetings to Wednesday nights will improve community participation and avoid Monday meeting cancellations because of holidays. Historically, City Council held its community meeting, agenda review, and legislative session all on the same day, leading to long days for council members and for staff. So now the meetings will be spread out on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. A burn incident in Pierce, Idaho this weekend injured 7 people. Officials previously reported 8 people were hurt. 28-year-old Tristan Bonner is at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle tonight, recovering from burns on his arms, face, and ears. And tonight he recounted the explosion.
Everybody was circled around the fire ring when an individual attempted to throw a jug of gas with the cap on into the fire. He was repeatedly warned not to, and then did it when no one was looking. It sounded like people being torn apart by a pack of wolves. The screams were so terrible.
The details Tristan shared remain unconfirmed by officials tonight, but Tristan told us he was at a small gathering of family and friends where they had a small fire going. This is an active investigation. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Cheney city leaders are counting on residents to conserve water while crews race to make repairs after a well failed. It's prompted an emergency water restriction for Cheney residents. Public Works Director Dan Ferguson says right now the only change the city is asking people to make is just to not water their yard.
If it drops another 3 or 4 feet, then we're going to have to reach out and have more stringent restrictions. Generally, the public is very responsive when we ask for a restriction or a shutdown. They understand the needs. Cheney is not uncommon for us to be in drought conditions and water restrictions during the summer.
Right now, the city believes a squirrel caused a power shortage that broke the well. They say the repairs could take up to 3 weeks to complete. The body of a missing Federal Way man was pulled from the waters of Moses Lake. Jaime Tico Ralco's body now goes to the Grant County coroner for an autopsy. Tico Ralco went missing last Saturday afternoon while he was swimming with friends near the south end of the lake near the sand dunes. 3 people are in police custody for their alleged involvement in a shooting in North Spokane. Court records show that 18-year-old Sage Aiken, 21-year-old LaRon Tolifree, and 24-year-old Terry Reifer were on a street near B.A. Clark Park at the time of the shooting. Surveillance camera footage obtained by police shows the group of men arguing with the driver of an SUV and then robbing him. That's according to police. The driver then shot at the group, who returned fire as they fled. A minor who was with them got hurt and had to go to the hospital. The 3 were charged with drive-by shooting and robbery. They'll be back in court for their arraignment on Thursday. Stay with us. Much more to get to tonight. Democrats are calling for a Senate candidate from Maine to drop out of the race as he faces serious allegations. More in 2 minutes. And the man accused of murdering Charlie Kirk was back in court today. We've got an update on his case right after the break.